The idea, the consciousness that we must abolish the institution of war is something that grew during the 20th century. And now as we enter the 21st century, I would say it is possible that a majority of the people in the world believe that it is time to abolish war. That is why the development of civil society and the development of the city as an institution have become so important, because to a great extent the message for a change to a culture of peace is carried by civil society organizations and by cities. I think a very important change is the increase in communication, so that those of us who believe that it is time to go beyond the culture of war to a culture of peace, we are in communication by internet far more than in the past people were able to communicate with each other. So all of these things together, I think, mean that we are on the verge of a great change. I believe that as human beings, we have a capacity to love and to respect other peoples, which is stronger than anything else. There are 8 aspects of the culture of peace which we could identify in the United Nations resolutions. So I will list those 8, and I think you will see that we are making some progress in all of those 8. Equality for women, sustainable, equitable development, the free flow of information, international understanding, tolerance, and solidarity, democratic participation, human rights, peace education, and, of course, disarmament and international security agreements. I think in each one of these areas there is some progress. That a peace, if it is to be sustained, must be built on the moral and intellectual solidarity of mankind. The United Nations by itself cannot make a culture of peace, because the United Nations is little more than the member states. So the role is that civil society becomes key. The civil society can take these resolutions of the United Nations and put them into practice. The concept of a planetary citizenship is an essential part of the culture of peace. We're talking about a planetary citizenship for respect of all human rights and for understanding each other and for nonviolence. The institutions, the schools, education outside of schools, the churches, the NGOs, the associations, the universities, the institutes, and the people's movements. All of these can carry forward the ideas and the values of a culture of peace and link up with each other into a global movement.